So today we are doing a session on the throat chakra, and we will stand at some point, but we're not going to be, mostly we're going to be seated. We're going to be down on the mat, and we're going to start with doing a breath practice, a pranayama practice called Udyah breath. Udyah breath is super healing for the throat and also for the throat chakra. And what that entails is really getting the muscles of the throat tight so that the air has a restricted passage to go through. And then as the air rubs against the throat stronger because the throat walls are tighter, it creates a sound. And that, if the effect of this practice is to release the blocks from the throat chakra, among other things. And what it does is that it is super relaxing. We're going to do the breath practice during the breaks of when we take breaks in between the breath practice. I'm going to also explain more about the throat chakra. And then for the whole practice, I'm inviting you to notice a gentle blue light here at your throat, right here in the middle of the throat. Okay? Now, Udyah breath, when we do it, it's like you're trying to bring your back muscles, throat muscles, the back muscles and the front muscles tighter together, as if you were trying to stop a piece of food from going down your throat. But we don't want to shut it all the way. We just want to let the air be able to pass through, but in a narrower passage. Now, when we do this, the body then makes a sound that is different from the normal breath. So I'm not too sure where the microphone is on this thing, but I'm going to guess that it's at the bottom as it normally is. And I'm going to do the breath. I'm going to keep this close to my neck so that you can possibly hear it. So with your breath, we do it as we breathe in and as we breathe out. We only breathe in and out through the nose, not through the mouth at all. We keep the mouth shut, the tongue relaxed. So I'm going to do it, and then little by little you might hear the sound. Can you put your thumbs up if you've heard it, if you were able to hear it? No? Okay, that's okay. It basically, you will hear some, it's almost, it's like the sound of the waves of the ocean. It's a similar sound to that. So as you are tightening your throat together, the throat muscles together, the air has less space to go through. So therefore, it makes that whooshing sound, like the sound of the waves, okay? So I'm going to invite you now, if you wish, you can do the Gyan mudra, which is the OK sign with the fingers. So index and thumb gently touching, all the other fingers straight, and bringing this on your lap. Having the right leg in first and then the left one wrapped around. Holding yourself nice and straight. So with the belly slightly forward, the chest is up, sternum towards the sky, but the shoulders are relaxed down. Chin is gently tucked in, but we don't want to bring it in too much. Otherwise, it will be difficult to do with your breath. Then, whenever you are ready, you can start to do this practice. So you can close your eyes, take a nice long deep breath in and out to begin. And then here you can start with your breath practice. Going back to your normal breath after your exhale. Now, the breath is nice and long on the inhale and the exhale because you have less space for the air to go through, so it takes longer for each breath. Also, were you comfortable in doing it? Did you find that you could do it? Just not thumbs up if you were okay to do it. Great. Okay. Just to give you another tip on how to do it, when you're tightening your muscles together, it is similar to when you're swallowing your saliva. To swallow, you are kind of tightening those muscles as you're doing it. So trying to think about that, trying to experience the swallowing and seeing what's happening at the throat, and then trying to kind of find a similar action, but without tightening them so much. We don't want to tighten them as much as when we're swallowing the saliva, but that gives us an idea as to how to move the muscles of our throat. And we're going to do it again. So again, Gyan Mudra with the hands, holding the OK sign, index finger and thumb touching gently together. The other fingers nice and straight. And then here, as you next inhale, starting Udyah breath again, contracting the throat muscles and starting Udyah breath, only breathing in and out through the nose and letting yourself make a sound resembling the sound of the waves. Relaxing back to your normal breath for a moment. The throat chakra is responsible. It is one of the most spiritual chakras. We are now ascending in the line of chakras to a point where we are now entering the spiritual world. And the throat chakra is connected to the ether element, to space element. It is the vastness in us. It is us feeling limitless. It is us feeling free. It is also responsible for the area where it's located. So it's responsible for the throat. So anything to do with the throat or the mouth, it can help with the shoulders and the neck as well. So when that chakra is in balance, everything can heal in this area. It is also the chakra that is responsible for us being able to speak out and speak up, being comfortable and confident, speaking in peace the words that express our needs, and knowing that as we speak those needs, they can be met by the people in front of us that we are connecting with and speaking to. So it is a really important chakra because it is also, I've discovered this recently actually in my own practice. Um, there is this story where Shiva just could not get two groups that lived on the earth. I can't remember. There was humans on one side and the gods on the other, I think. And they were constantly at war and he was fed up. And one group made a poison to poison the other group. And Shiva got fed up. He took the poison and he drank it. And the poison stopped at his throat. And then I believe he drank milk. I could be very wrong, but I believe he drank milk and then the poison could not affect him. But the point is, the poison stopped at the throat, because the throat chakra is our protector. So any toxicity coming in gets stopped at the throat chakra. So it's important for the chakra to be in balance so that we can be safe, so that we can be whole, and that we can be comfortable within ourselves without toxicity coming in. So today I'm inviting you through this practice to notice a gentle blue light in the middle of your throat the whole time. If light comes as white, it's fine too, or any other color that feels comfortable to you, but the color of this chakra is blue, so if you can see it as light blue, then even better, or dark blue. Now, I'm inviting you to take a nice long deep breath in and out to finish the pranayama practice, and opening your eyes, relaxing your hands back down. So first of all, we're going to warm up the neck because there's a lot of activity happening up here today. So we are going to gently bring the chin up as we breathe in, opening the throat, and bring the chin down as we breathe out, closing, shutting the throat. Breathing in, we go up. Breathing out, we go down. And we keep on going like this. Like with most Kundalini sessions, you can actually do this with your eyes shut and experiencing what's happening with your body as you are moving like this. You may start to notice your energy already. Try to move in a faster than normal pace of breath so that you can push a little on your breath to make it faster, to make it quicker. Breathing in as you go up, breathing out as you go down. But bearing in mind that quite a lot of us have problems with our necks, so you need to make sure you keep safe. So stay within the range of your comfort. Coming back to center. Now we're going to turn left to right. We breathe in as we go to the left, and we breathe out as we go to the right. And relax. Now we're going to bring ear to shoulder. So the shoulders, they stay down exactly as they are. And we go down to the left, we breathe in. We go down to the right, we breathe out. And relax. Don't worry if you hear any grinding or if you can find that there's popping happening. It's only that we have got restrictions in the neck and the neck is not used to moving so much. And so this happens. But keep in mind, we don't want to feel any pain that would feel like an injury. Okay? Great. Now we're going to do the cat and cow. So we are going to have a cat element in this practice. For the cat and cow, we come on our knees. And we put one knee under each hip and one hand under each shoulder. If you're not comfortable on your knees, I also can show you how to do the spine flex instead, which is an adaptation, okay? So here we are going to breathe in and we're going to the cow, lowering the belly, bring the head, the chin up, and really arching the back. As we breathe out, we're going into the cat, so tailbone tucked in, back rounded. We want to try and bring the mid part of the back up to the ceiling, and the chin is tucked in. So we breathe in into the cow. We breathe out into the cat. You can readjust your hands. Do you need me to show you the spine flex, or are you happy to do this? Thumbs up if you're happy to do this. Yeah? Okay, perfect. Breathing in into the cow, breathing out into the cat. And on the chair, you do exactly the same, but you just put your hands on your lap instead. Okay? So you have your hands on your lap, and then you arch your back with the chin up for the cow, and you round your back, chin in for the cat, as if we were doing child pose and we normally do it in class. And we relax here for a moment, so we can sit back with the legs crossed or with the legs straight in front of us if we are not too comfortable with the legs crossed. And on the chair, you can sit comfortably with the legs in front of you. Next, we're going to do the shoulder drop as we've done before. I think it was for the heart chakra we did it. We bring the shoulders up to the ears, and then we drop them down. And we breathe in as we go up, we breathe out as we bring them down. Now, if you have sensitive shoulders, or if you need to be careful with the shoulders, then don't completely drop them, and instead control the drop. So instead you're going up and down rather than bringing up and dropping down. Okay, so it's up to you. Now the shoulders coming up and dropping down, coming up and dropping down, coming up and dropping down. Nice. Breathing in, breathing out. And relax. No, noticing how your energy feels at the area of your upper body, at the shoulders, at the neck, maybe even at the head. Maybe going down a little bit towards the chest, but especially at your throat. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to be shaking the arms. So shaking the hands and the arms and the shoulders. Now the area is quite warm, so these should feel quite all right to do. But again, listen to your body. And relax. Nice. The last part we're going to do the breath of fire, but we're going to do the breath of fire as we are holding a mudra. Before we hold the mudra, I'm going to go through the steps of the breath of fire again. So the breath of fire, 3 different elements. Belly goes big, and then it goes towards the spine. We breathe in, the belly goes big. We breathe out, it goes towards the spine. So that creates a pumping element. And then we only breathe in and out through the nose. So no breathing through the mouth rather. So if your nose is a bit blocked, then you can blow your nose fast before doing the practice. Yeah, go on. The last part of this is that we push the air out with force on the exhale. So we breathe in, we push the air out on the exhale, and then that makes the body bring the air back in quite sharply on the inhale. And then again, you push on the exhale. So the effort is on the exhale. And as you are doing this, naturally the body pumps it back in. So I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to do it at 3 different speeds. And then I'll show you the mudra to do as well. So breathing in. Okay, so you can do it at your own rhythm. And if someone who will be watching is in their period or has high blood pressure that is not controlled by medication, then you need to continue doing it at the rhythm of your own breath without making it any faster. Okay, because otherwise that will activate too much fire within you. Now, the mudra, I'm going to come close to the screen so that I can show you. It is a variation of the Vishuddha mudra. So Vishuddha is the name of the throat chakra in Sanskrit. We're going to interlace the fingers. So you're coming in with your fingers and you're interlacing them inside, and then you're pointing your thumbs together like this. So from the top like this, or from the outside rather like this it looks, and on the inside it's like you're cupping your hands. Okay? And here, as you are holding the mudra, you are going to actually hold it with your arms up. So that could be quite a strain. So at any time through the practice, you can decide to bring your mudra back down, okay? This is how we're going to do this. You're holding your mudra, and then you're bringing it here to your throat. So the cupping part of your hands is coming towards your throat chakra, not touching it, but in front of it. Your arms are coming up, but they are parallel to the floor. And here like this, with the back nice and straight, we're going, and the shoulders down, we are going to be doing the breath of fire. So when you are ready, you can start, and keeping on noticing the blue light at your throat, breathing in and then pushing air out as you breathe out. Breathing in, breathing out, bringing the mudra down, relaxing the hands out, and closing your eyes if they were open, going back to your normal breath for a moment, and noticing how you are feeling. We're going to do it one more time. So when you are ready, we do the mudra again, interlacing the fingers inwards, joining the thumbs together, bringing the mudra up if you can. Otherwise, you can leave it down here on your lap or in your lower belly area. But if you can bring it to the front of your throat, then do this. Arms are parallel to the floor. Your pelvis is slightly forward, your back is straight, and your chin is gently tucked in, but we don't want to push it all the way into the throat. So you're nice and straight. And here we start the breath of fire again with the eyes shut to experience this internally, and breathing in and pushing the air out as you breathe out. Breathing in, breathing out, relaxing down, back to your normal breath, bringing your arms down, relaxing your hands onto your lap, and spending a moment here just to notice how you are feeling. Great. So now we're not actually going to stand. I've just thought of this now. We're not going to stand. We're going to stay where we are on the mat, but we are going to open the legs wide out. As wide, as comfortable, and as wide a space as you have. On the chair, just like this morning. And then here, what we are going to do, we're going to use the focus on our throat. And we're going to open the arms out. So now, depending on your back and how it feels, depending on how your neck feels, it could be that your hands are out like this straight, or it could be that your arms are lower. And then we're going to use the breath and we're going to bend forward and back. So as you are up, you breathe in, you breathe out forward, you breathe in coming back, you breathe out forward, breathing coming back. And if the arms are out, leaving them nice and straight up if you can. Breathing in and out through the nose only if you can. And shifting forward and shifting as far forward as you can. But you don't have to go too far. Again, listening to the body and simply moving with your breath. Coming back up, bringing the legs in, relaxing, bending forward, like really just drooping forward. Chin is tucked in. And if you're like me, it was a very much fun practice because I had the fluff in front of me on the floor. And every time I breathed, it kept moving. So I could decide which way I wanted it to go. And then with my breath, trying to make it go there. That was fun. Just drooping down here. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to have my upper body really nice and hot. The energy is just building up nicely here. We're going to do it one more time if you feel like it. Otherwise, you can just relax and rest until we go to the next phase. Here, again, bringing the arms up parallel to the floor, breathing in, and then as you breathe out, you shift forward. Bearing in mind, we are focusing our mind on our throat, and bringing the throat to the earth is what we are doing with this. Belly muscles are nice and engaged to support this movement, to support your spine through the movement, making sure both feet are turned outwards. We don't want them to roll inwards. Breathing in, bring the legs in, breathing out, and curling over your legs, drooping over your legs rather. Coming back up, and this time we're going to go into what I like to call the goddess, the seated goddess. So we've got the legs bent and opened out. The feet are in the same prolongation and direction as the legs. And then here we have the pelvis forward, so we are nice and straight. It could be that you want to stay like this, and that's fine. Or if you want to add more challenge, you can bring your arms up in front of you with your shoulders down. You are focusing on the throat again. And we're not doing exactly the breath of fire. We're not going to go as fast. We're going to go as fast as what we've just done with the bending forward. And we're just going to keep on breathing a little bit more dynamically than our normal breath. So here, as we are holding up, you can start breathing a little bit sharper. Breathing in, bringing the legs straight in front of you, and drooping down again to rest. So now we're going to get into the phase that is still. We're going to bring the energy back down. To do this, we are going to do the puppy. So I did say there was no downward dog, but still gonna have the baby version. So to do this, we get onto our knees. One knee under each hip. And then here, you're going to be walking your hands down onto the mat and coming down. So you're bringing your throat to the earth. Your hips are staying above your knees, and you go down as low as comfortable. And maybe you are here, and that's fine. But try to go as low as you can. On the chair, you're going to do this. You're going to be sitting. Are you doing it on the floor? Okay. Otherwise, on the chair, you can do this. You can bring your hands onto your thighs, and then you can bring your chest out because you want to really arch yourself, and you can come forward like this, and you can stay like this. So your arms are out. And your throat is open, so your chin is going upwards, but your chest is going forward. So you're arching your back. So if I show you from the side, it's like this, out, bringing the chest forward and the chin up. That is if you are doing it on a chair. But otherwise, if you're doing it on the mat, it's how I showed you. Now, resting from the puppy, you can go into child pose. So child pose, you are on your knees, you sit on your feet. Am I going to squish the cat now? And then arms outstretched. On the chair, child pose, you have your elbows onto your thighs. You're pushing the navel towards the back of the chair and dropping the head in. Doing the puppy again. So going back onto your knees. Walking your hands forward, keeping your hips above your knees. Bringing the chest and the throat to the floor, to your mat. On the chair, you have both hands on your thighs, elbows to the sides, chest forward, chin up. Really opening that throat. Bringing space in this area. Going back into child pose to relax. Great. Next, we're going to lie down on the back. So this is going to be our last pose. And it's a bit early on into the session, but we've built up so much energy up that we're going to do a longer meditation at the end, okay? A longer relaxation. So lying down onto your back now. As you're lying down on the back, you're going to hold on to your knees and you're going to bring them up. As you're doing this, you can decide of two things. The first one is you can stay like this and just notice the blue light at your throat, or you can do a more tonic version of this where you're bringing your head up so that you can try to look at your toes and holding there for as long as you can. Now that can be quite a strain on the neck, so don't overdo it. On the chair, you can bend forward and hold on to your knees as you bend forward, and then tucking your chin in. I am not going to tell you when to relax the head back down. It is up to you to do it according to your own body, because this is quite a strain on the neck. So make sure you do according to your need with this, as always. Great. You now can relax down into Savasana for the relaxation. So on the chair, just make sure that you can't fall, because it's going to be more than 10 minutes. So a little bit longer than what we're used to. Savasana, I remind you, we're lying on the back, legs out straight and with the separate, that they are apart from each other. The arms are apart from the body, palms facing up. If that is too painful for your back, you can have your feet on the floor, on the mat, apart from each other, and then dropping the knees in. Is whichever way you prefer. Then closing your eyes. Taking a nice, long, deep breath in and out to begin. And you can relax every part of you now. Relaxing from the tip of your toes all the way up to the top of your head, through each foot, through each leg, through your pelvis, relaxing your whole back, relaxing your whole front, all the way up to the shoulders. Relaxing the shoulders, and all the way down through each arm, all the way down to your fingertips. Relaxing your neck, relaxing your head. Including relaxing the face, relaxing the jaw muscles, relaxing at the back of the eyes, relaxing your heart, relaxing your breath, and relaxing your mind. And relaxing your throat. And now noticing at your throat this beautiful blue disc of light, about the size, smaller than your fist, maybe the size of a tennis ball, of a lemon. In the middle of your throat, beautiful blue disc of light. Now this disc of light is a little door. And so you can open the door right here in the middle of your throat, and you can step through it. And as you step through it, you arrive in space. Yes, up here, only planets and stars. And as you step into space, you can start to float. It has this beautiful dark color to it that feels warm and cozy, that feels like being hugged by the night. And at the same time, there's those beautiful lights coming from all the stars, beautiful lights and beautiful colors coming from all the planets. And here you are, floating among them. Now you really can have fun here, experimenting with floating, what it feels like as your body shifts. Maybe you can float and shift quickly, or maybe it is slow. Maybe it feels different when you think about how your leg is floating compared to how your head is floating. Noticing the beauty of this moment as you are floating in space. Maybe you want to float towards a star and explore your experiencing of it and its light. Maybe there is a texture to it. Maybe there are sensations that it will bring to you. Or maybe you want to spend some time with one of the planets, or several planets even. Allowing yourself to shift through space. Maybe you want to play around with this floating sensation. Maybe you want to do cartwheels or any kind of movement with the body. Or maybe you just want to feel how light it feels to be here. Now you can start to notice, really looking around, how vast it all is. And now noticing how this vastness around you, you can actually experience inside yourself. How inside of you, you are just as limitless. How inside of you, you are just as light. I'm inviting you now to find that little disc of blue light again, to open it again. So floating to the little gate, opening it again, and stepping back out and back into yourself here, into the room where you are. And as you are settling back into yourself, into this room, I'm inviting you to keep the softness, the uplift, and the lightheartedness that can come with feeling as though every part of us is so light. To keep it within yourself, and also to notice the vastness of yourself, to notice how vast you are within yourself, how limitless you are. And now you can take a nice long deep breath in and out to finish. And you can start to wake your body up again, moving your fingers and your toes, your feet, your hands, your arms, your legs. You can give your body a stretch. When you will be ready to come back up, lie down onto your left side first with your knees bent. Just for a few breaths. And then you can come back up. Thank you.